What do you eat when you are short in money? Spaghetti. It makes enough for you to feed yourself 6 times or more. 2-minute noodles and frozen peas. Kid thinks it's a treat. I know it's 2 days till payday. Edit. I've had a few messages offering help and such. Thanks so much for the concern, but we're honestly fine. It's temporary while we pay some surprise bills. Thanks. Cat and car. And by mid-August we should be fine again. Crack an egg into Mr. Noodle. Wanna get really fancy? Get a bag of store-brand frozen veggies and pour some in. I buy my rice in 25 kilograms sacks so you always have rice in for months on end. Spruce that rice up with some frozen veg that you cook off in a few spices. Tricks and tips are to find world food aisles or world food markets where you can pick up massive bags of spices for about the same price as one of those garbage tea jars. Eggs bulk out all foods in a healthy, satisfying way. I usually just have water, might freeze it if I want something to chew on. You ever had sleep for dinner? Beans and rice. Rice and beans. Pendesal. Borscht. I eat it when I'm not short on money because it's healthy. Tastes good, and not difficult to make. I eat a lot more of it when I'm short on money because the time it takes to make matters less. And the fact that it's inexpensive matters more. Deleted. I am super lucky where I live. The Hare Krishnas bring their van every weekday evening at about 6 p.m. and you can get a delicious feed for a gold coin donation. At very poor times I've taken my own container and saved half of it for the next day's lunch. So my tip would be to check if there are Krishnas doing similar anywhere near you. Edit to add. Gold coin donation means a $1 or $2 here in Oz. Didn't know this, wasn't widely known. They'll also still feed you if you don't have any coins to spare. Eggs are easily the cheapest source of protein out there. Cook your ramen. Crack an egg into the pot 30 seconds before you turn the heat off. Maybe throw in some spinach if you can swing it. Hell, I haven't been broke in 20 years and I still eat that pretty regularly. And #X200B. Edit. FFS. This is the very least thing you can do to improve your ramen. Now I'm gonna have to engage on a bunch of random posts until the old egg in the ramen trick isn't my top comment. I have a college degree and a kid. People. Which, in hindsight, is probably why I know this trick. Courgette cooked to within an inch of its life, maybe 3 hours, turns into a rich buttery goop, and it makes a fantastic pasta sauce. Tastes like it's filled with butter and cream, but is super cheap and healthy. Edited to add the full recipe I use. https www.delish.com/cooking/recipe/a58228/zucchini-bolognese-recipe/ Nothing. Fasting is fashionable these days. Peanut noodles. Mix peanut butter, sriracha, and water for a poor man's type peanut sauce and mix with noodles. Add those dollar bags of mixed frozen greens and you can feed yourself for days on $10. Stuff I cook myself. Rice is fairly cheap and helps you get more mileage out of a little bit of meat like chicken. One trick I like is broth cubes to get the flavor of meat even if the hearty main course is something else like rice or beans. Maybe stir an egg in with some chopped onions if you worked overtime that week. Bread sandwiches. A tip for people in or near Cleveland: if you are ever broke and hungry, go to the Hotel 9 and go up to the 13th floor. There is a room with free food, snacks and drinks, and the security won't care as long as you're not dressed like a complete bum. Edit meant the 12th floor. This is a legit tip, lol. Sometimes I overcook at the start of the month and freeze portions for the end of the month when I'm low on money. Or beans on toast. British. Or go to the shops at reducing hour and freeze the bargains. Pinto beans with some shredded cheese. Tuna and brown rice. Tons and tons of sauces. I still remember college. Eternity stew. Basically leave the slow cooker on 24/7. First meal might have been beef cheeks with onions and carrots and $3 red wine, then leave the leftover liquid and use it as a base. Add some mince and tomatoes and make bolognese. Or throw some diced chuck steak in and make a casserole. Same thing with chicken soup. Stretches everything way further, and you only need to buy your protein or veg for a delicious meal. Because the flavors have been stewing away for so long. Okonomiyaki, a Japanese vegetable pancake. $10 of ingredients gets me a week's worth of cheap dinners that don't feel cheap. It's a complete meal because it has veggies, protein from eggs and ham, and the pancake batter for carbs. Those 69-cent individual bean burritos at Walmart. There's a place near my house that sells 2 potato cakes, 2 dim sims, and a box of chips for $3. So I'll gladly grab that when I'm broke. Buy some sweet potatoes or potatoes at 99 store and eggs. Boil them at home. Voila! A nice and cheap meal. So to you, rub_my_brisket for this comment on a post where they asked to fill a fridge for a week with only $25 to spend. Dude, I've got you. 5 pounds of rice, $5. A whole chicken, $5. A bag of carrots, $1. A gallon of milk, $2.25. A loaf of bread, $1.75. 4 cans of tuna, $2. A package of pork chops, $5. 3 pounds frozen veggies, $3. Your golden ground beef, rice, pasta, bread, eggs, spinach, peanut butter, bananas, butter. That could feed you for $60 minus $100 per month, depending on where you live, and you wouldn't feel malnourished. Instant potatoes are pretty versatile. I've only recently learned the trick to add an egg to make it taste more substantive. I've even fried the instant potatoes into small cakes. It's fun to experiment with spices here. Instant potatoes can be made to resemble any ethnic cuisine. Take a lesson from the Puerto Ricans. Millions of us have managed to survive in one of the most expensive cities on earth with recipes like this. Find a supermarket that has black beans on sale. Buy as much as you can. Then buy 5 or so pounds of Carolina rice, a bag of onions, a few bulbs of garlic, and a box of Goya sazon. Set 2 cups of water to boil. Dig around on Reddit until the water is boiling. Throw in 1 cup of rice. Turn the heat down to simmer and lid that garbage. Slice up a small onion. Smash up a clove of garlic. Throw some olive oil or butter into a hot pan. Throw the onions and garlic into the pan and fry them till the onion gets glossy. Throw some salt in there. Grind some pepper in there for good luck. Toss in half a packet of sazon and stir till you get a paste. Now you have a ghetto sofrito. Dump in your can of bean juice and all. Stir that garbage up. Add a pinch of cayenne pepper so you remember that you have a set of cojones at that garbage on. Simmer. Your rice is done. Throw the beans on top. When you should get at least 2 meals out of 1 can of beans. And if you're lucky, you can get black beans too for $1. Adding the cost of the garlic, sazon, and a small onion, and you still eat a tasty, hearty, relatively healthy meal for less than $1. Now, you are a growing lad. You need MEATOK. First of all, fluff-eating lips and butts. There is a much tastier option that has kept millions of starving Boricuas alive for generations. Pork shoulder. In my neighborhood in Brooklyn, pork shoulder is 79 cents a pound. That's right, 79 cents. A package of hot dogs at $2.50 is more than double the price and has offal and all sorts of vile garbage inside. Buy yourself a nice meaty pork shoulder. 5 pounds should do nicely. Bring that fluffer home and get out a long, thin knife in a pilon. That's a mortar and pestle gringo. Smash up a few cloves of garlic, some sazon, some salt, some pepper, and some oil. Grind it up good. Now you have another ghetto sofrito. Take your knife and stab some holes in the pig. Twist the knife around so the holes get nice and wide. Now, take some of your sofrito and stuff it into the holes. Don't be shy, Blanco. Ram it in there. Use the remainder to roughly coat the outside of the pig. Rub it. Caress it. This pig died so that you may eat. Salt that garbage all over the outside and crack some fluffing pepper on there. Set your oven for approximately 300 degrees. Throw the pork and skin side up and wait. It's going to take like 45 minutes a pound. Warning. The smell is going to drive you fluffing insane. You have to wait this part out. Farm work is the best cure. After an hour and a half, jab it with a meat thermometer. But remember to not rest it on the bone, or you will get a bad reading. You should be at around 150 to 160 degrees. Now comes the fun part. Crank the stove up to 400 degrees. This will give you an orgasmic, crispy skin that will make your pork rinds taste like year-old cardboard. Comparison, at 170-ish. Pull that fluffer out, but don't carve it up. You need to wait at least 10 minutes, otherwise all those sweet pig juices will dribble the fluff out. Wait, congratulations. You just made pernil. A 5-pound pernil should give you meat for at least a week. Savor it, brother. Savor it. Forgot the best and cheapest fluffing recipe. Tostones. Fuck me. Green plantains are usually like $5 for a fluffing $1. Here's my mom's recipe. Fry up some bacon. Set the bacon aside and save that lovely, glistening fat. Take a plantain and run a knife down the side and split the skin off without breaking the plantain. This takes a bit of practice. Slice up the plantain into 1/3 inch thick slices. Throw them into a bowl of ice water. You have a fry daddy? Your golden poppy. No. Pour around ½ inch of oil into a frying pan. Corn oil works best. Olive oil smokes too easily. Get that garbage hot. Throw in your bacon grease. Take your sliced up plantains out of the ice water and drain them more. Even pat them with a paper towel till they're dry. Fry them up until they just turn golden. Throw them in the freezer for 10 minutes. Now, here is where you become a man. Get yourself a flat bottom glass and a cutting board or a plate. Throw some flour on there. Smash the plantains with the cup. You may need a spatula to get them off the board. Fry them again until they are golden and crispy. Make all 3 of these things together and you have an incredibly delicious and cheap meal. TLDR. Learn the lessons of my people, the New Yorkans. New York Puerto Ricans. We have survived for decades on no money in one of the most expensive cities on the planet. Copied from this Reddit thread over 8 years ago. https www.reddit.com/r/askreddit/comments/sidla/I_until_13_next_in_15_weeks_so/cossm60/